Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Air Kitty. Okay, and I'm coming to you with a demo of a new game, I guess, or a game in the works. So currently there's a game on Kickstarter. I don't actually know exactly how this is pronounced. I'm gonna do my best to pronounce it. I think it's called like Noiramore Academy. Obviously, I'm going to leave a link in the description to the Kickstarter, as well as the store page on Steam. As this is already up in Steam, there's a demo for it. That's why we're all here. Right. But so, this game, I actually saw somebody playing the demo on my YouTube page, the For You page, and I was looking at it, and I didn't get very far into their video of it, but it kind of got me thinking. I was like, this is a really cool game. I don't know how much publicity they've gotten. I know that they haven't gotten to their goal yet, but I'm like, I'd like to help them out. Kind of see how, see how much more coverage I can give them. Probably not much more, but I wanted to cover it anyways. This game, just from like the small bits, I think I got probably through like the first cutscene, the intro cutscene, and then through like maybe like 2 minutes of the gameplay of watching this one person before I was like, I'm sold. I'm sold. I want to play this game. So this game has a very different art style. I freaking love this art style. The characters themselves are really cool too. I can't even necessarily say that they're like just unicorns, but they're like hooved. They're like varied hooved satyr characters. So they're just so interesting and so cool, and they're super cute, a lot of them. So yes, obviously I don't really know much about this game. It is giving a little Harry Potter-esque, which in my case is good, but there's something about it too that just reminds me of something else from my past. I'm trying to remember exactly what it is, but I cannot for the life of me remember. I'll probably remember it when I'm editing it, to which then I'll add it here. Hopefully maybe one of you guys remember. I don't know. Hopefully I remember, and maybe you guys remember what exactly I was remembering. Yeah, we can bond on that, I guess. But so, I don't really want to waste too much time. I just want to get in play. I'm super excited. I've been waiting so long to play this demo. Let's get into it. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what happened. So I did start it up just to make sure that I had the, that I could set up the graphics and everything. For some reason, though, my mouse did not want to appear on screen. It did do a benchmark test for my computer, so I might do that, but now that I have my mouse on screen, I actually want to like play around with some of the settings. There's not many settings. Like, there's some game settings, some audio, and then some visual settings. So I kind of want to put everything to max and see what happens. Oh, well, my mouse is gone now. That's fantastic. Well, let's hope to God I don't need to change any of the settings, because I don't know how to change them with the keyboard. Obviously, I will be kind of giving also feedback for the demo as well, just because I think that will be also very pertinent, very helpful to the team, where they are still working on this, and kind of give my like assessment of it, I guess. So far right now, everything's looking great. The game is still running really well with everything on high, so hopefully the cutscene itself too will be good. I do have a very beefy graphics card, and my processor really isn't that bad. It's an i7, not i9, unfortunately, but hopefully we can just get to it. Alright. Let's hope I didn't break anything.
Noiramore Academy, one of Drakenspire's most prestigious schools with over 500 years of storied history. The current headmaster, Julius Claiborne, is a former general who runs our school with military precision and discipline. Our wonderful planet of Noives is home to a great many talents in resonetic abilities. And Noiramore's teachers are uniquely qualified in instructing such essential subjects. But while we specialise in resonetic talents, our other subjects are not taught any less thoroughly, and every student is encouraged to explore their unique talents in our extracurricular programmes. Noiramore Academy guides our students to commit to their studies, keep sound minds, maintain their manners, and most importantly, behave in a manner befitting the reputation of our beloved institution.
She's so cute!
Extortion, Miss Hovern. Is that really what you're up to now?
I wouldn't call it extortion, sir. I simply told the cafeteria cook that I would keep the existence of his pet vermin on the down low if he provided me with an extra brownie or two at lunchtime. It was mutual exchange that neither of us had issues with.
Yes, Judith, that's extortion. Of course he had issues with it. Thank goodness I caught you in the act.
Well, why am I the one sitting here in this office when it's the cook who is keeping vermin pets?
I've already talked with Mr. Seabrook, Judith. It's dealt with. And more importantly, none of your business. What concerns me is you. Sneaking around at night, lying to teachers, extorting staff. This is a decidedly concerning trend. Don't you want to be a good example for your sister?
Indeed. It must be hard enough for her to be younger than her classmates.
For the next month, you are not permitted to attend film club. Do you understand, Miss Hovern?
But sir, I won't be able to see any movies outside of that club.
Hence why it's a punishment. Miss Nunatak will check that you aren't seen there.
I'll make sure of it.
Judith, head back to class, please.
That teacher is way too into her job.
Good old Seabrook didn't rat me out, it seems. Brownies weren't the only things I asked him for. Apparently, one of his old classmates from back in the day was really into puzzles. He set up some kind of secret puzzle in the history classroom years ago, and Seabrook never figured it out. Let's see if I can.
I like her.
During the Onyx War, various battles were fought in the Inked Wastes. Some were relegated to land, others underground in the caverns, and many on the Inked Sea. Our fiefdom, Drakenspire, went head-to-head against the fiefdom of Northburg in a horrid conflict spanning 4 years. It irrevocably changed our fiefdom forever. Miss Cabrera, no drawing in class. Can anyone here tell me why the Onyx War was instigated? Miss Landerhoof?
Yes, ma'am. The Onyx War was started due to Northburg spies sabotaging our resonetic ring production process. Northburg took advantage of this to sell their own rings in order to gain the kingdom's favor.
A good summation, Miss Landerhoof. Can anyone else tell me why it was the Inked Wastes that were chosen as the fateful battleground?
The Inked Wastes is between the two fiefdoms. Plus, it was where we mined our ore for the rings.
You didn't raise your hand.
Mr. Strumps. Now, what is it about the Inked Wastes that make it a particularly terrible place to fight a war? Miss Aker?
Oh, yes, Miss Grimsby. Well, the Inked Waste is a nasty, nasty place, full of horrid creatures that will gobble you up and suck out all of your blood. Oh, and of course you can't forget to mention the Surge, which will suck you down into his deep depths and fill your lungs with tar, his tendrils digging deep into your brain until...
That's quite enough, Miss Acre. Oh, quite enough. Our unit this semester will be all about the Onyx War. Since it is the most recent major conflict in Drakenspire's history, we will be studying it in depth. And speaking of which, you may have heard tell that a new science teacher will be joining us this year to replace Mr. Mason. His name is Mr. Bagshaw, and he actually worked in the Research and Development Division of the Drakenspire Army. I'm sure he will have plenty to share with you that can enhance your education. Anyway, I am now giving you the rest of the period to work on the papers I assigned to you yesterday about the instigation of the war. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. Dismissed.
The note Seabrook gave me says history classroom. Page number equals number of cave hounds times number of windows plus number of desks.
Okay. So, a friend's clue, a puzzle clue Seabrook's friend left him. So, history classroom, page number, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Page number. Of what book? I'm assuming a textbook? But there are a lot of textbook types in here.
Guess I'll give the textbook shelf a look.
Okay, so there's one missing dialogue text box there. Like, there's missing voice for that. So that just needs to be recorded, I guess. Use WAS to walk, the mouse to move your camera, left click to interact, and right click to think about the people or objects you are looking at. Mouse is not working to click things. I need to use arrow keys, apparently. You can review your clues by pressing I to look at your items. Then click on the item and press space to interact to inspect it. Okay. This is cool. I'm actually wondering, day one. Huh. Can I tone down the visuals just a little bit? Back to what they were. I just wanted to play around with some of the visuals. It's funny that, like, textile kind of crisscross pattern or lined pattern that's on some of the characters and everything. I didn't notice it in the video that I was watching, but I'm noticing it here now. And now I'm not sure if it's necessarily my graphics card that's not playing nicely with it, or if it's just the game itself. I think it's just the game itself, to be honest. But I do still like it. It does give it more of like a stylized look. Very much because obviously the entire thing is black and white, but it looks very much kind of like this, where it's like, you know, it kind of reminds me of like black and white pen art in a sense. So like when you're drawing with a pen and you need to represent shadows, a lot of people, what they'll do is, you know, because you only have one shade of color in a sense with a pen, and so what they'll do is they'll, you know, overlay the patterns more where it needs to be darker and overlay it less where it's usually lighter. So that's kind of what I'm getting from this. And I love it. It's very, very stylized. I didn't see this, and I'm kind of wondering what this is. Let's bring back the reading of the cursive. I think this: little feet on mossy rocks, head tucked within a wing, safe inside a hollow tree till the winds warm in spring. Hidden away between the branches. I don't know why that looked like a G to me. A tiny body concealed in leaves. The snow brings cold, yet comfort. My long feathers like warm sleeves. Cute. It's a little devil bird, but she's very clearly talking about a bird. I don't know who this is. He looks really cool. I'm guessing that's a cave hound, maybe? And, oh, that's that teacher. I was like, who is that? And I'm like, that's that teacher. And yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, let's look around the classroom and stuff and talk to classmates and stuff. Okay, there is some breaking. I need to play around with this more. Sorry. Yeah, you know what? I can't figure it out, so whatever. There's a little bit of screen breaking here when I turn and move around. I tried setting it back to the defaults that it had me at, and it still had a lot of breaking. So I guess this is what we're working with, but that's okay. Can I talk to any of you chillins? Well, definitely can't talk to you. You're asleep. Is this my desk?
Good old number 2.
That's also called poo. Oh, I got a pencil. Okay. Oh, I don't need it. Right. I don't need it right now. I just... Yeah, put it back. I don't need that. That's cool. Hello, ma'am.
Mrs. Grinsby, our history teacher. Bit of an odd duck, that one. She says that about 15 years ago, she was attacked and her horn was snapped off.
Aww.
Now, she uses a wand to channel her waves, but wands aren't the most reliable. She's a nervous wreck of a person. Almost makes me feel sorry for her.
Is she reading a love novel in the middle of class? The soldier's last love. I do feel sorry for her, like, because I guess for me, the way that I think of it, because, like, as you look around, like, yes, there are students that are mostly, like, unicorns in a sense, but there are some that, you know, they have, like, antlers instead of the one horn. There's some that have, like, the rounded ram horns and stuff like that. I thought there was, like, another type around here. I thought there was somebody else, yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of different types, and, you know, think about it, like, with an actual, like, real-life animals that have horns and stuff, that would, like, it really hurts them to, like, snap it off. Like, obviously, a lot of animals, like deers, it will shed off, in a sense, but to have it, like, because you look at her, she has a hole in the middle of her forehead. To literally have it snapped off from your body, I can only imagine that would really, really hurt. If I remember correctly with some of the horns, a lot of the horns are made of the same material that, like, our fingernails and our hair are made of. So it's that same idea where it's, like, obviously cutting our hair and clipping our fingernails doesn't hurt us so much, but when you detach it from the thing that it's attached to... Okay, I can tell you right now, I accidentally pull 1 or 2 hair follicles out of my head when I'm combing my hair, when that happens, and I want to punch somebody square in the nose because it hurts so bad. Imagine somebody taking, like, ripping your entire hair out, or just a clump of it and just ripping it out of your head. That would freaking hurt. So I can only sympathize with this poor woman, the long way of saying this. I can only sympathize with this poor woman about her horn. I'm like, I can understand why she is, you know, nervous, and a nervous, like, just a nervous wreck every day.
Oh, Miss Hoven, is your paper done? You're scampering about as if it were?
Yes, miss. I put it on your desk yesterday.
Oh, yes, of course. Carry on. Unless you have any questions about future assignments?
I do have questions. What is our future assignment?
So, I guess we're in the Onyx War unit now, huh? How long will we be studying it?
Till the end of the semester. It's an incredibly important part of our recent history that affected many aspects of our current-day lives and politics. You have a good head for these topics, so I trust you will do well with it. And, please, do not include any battlefield photos in your presentations again. You know, I haven't the stomach for it.
Aha. Of course, miss. I may not be able to get away with it anymore, but other students will be doing that now. She pays less attention to the actual quality of the presentation, since she's too distracted by her disgust. And after all, she can't very well dock points for accurate visual reporting or historical fact.
I love the video game logic of when a character is monologuing to themselves for a long period of time in front of another character or in response to another character that they were just talking to. And I can only imagine them as screaming to me, just like, "Child, what is going through that noggin of yours? It can't be anything good. You know what? Stop thinking. That's dangerous." I don't know where these questions are coming from, but sure, why not? Did I see you carrying a net yesterday?
By the way, miss, I thought I saw you carrying a big net near the stables yesterday. What was that about?
Oh, that couldn't have been me, Judith. Why would I have a net?
That's what I was wondering. Hence why I asked you.
Oh, no. Wasn't me.
Okay. Is that a romance book on your desk? Is it part of the curriculum?
Is that romance book on your desk part of the curriculum?
No. Just a little something to read during lunch. Completely school appropriate, I assure you. Teachers need a bit of downtime entertainment too, child. No need to be nosy.
Ah, but curiosity is my speciality, miss. Is that not the foundation of learning?
No need to be disingenuous, which, coincidentally, is also a speciality of yours. You and I both know you're smart enough to tell the difference between nosy and curious.
You flatter me, miss.
I just love the dialogue, just watching all of this. What are these creatures, by the way?
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
I don't know.
That doesn't sound right.
So wait, can I only... Why do I need them to interact with the books? Why can't I do it myself? Anyways. My reading of this is atrocious. So it's a reading list. So advanced history for Drakenspire Youth, pages 51 to 53. A complete history of the Onyx War, pages 4 to 12. And geography of Noiramore, is it the species, I'm guessing? I don't know. I don't remember how to pronounce it. And beyond, pages 26 to 28. So I'm gonna guess that's gonna be helpful for what I'm doing, this little puzzle. What is this? What caused the Onyx War essay? Introduction, thesis statement, main point, summary. Topic sentence, supporting details, concluding sentence, more topic paragraphs, conclusion, retell thesis, summarize, main points. Oh, so this is an argumentative essay. We did a lot of these actually in my high school. I'm actually kind of interested to know if anybody else did this in their high school as well. You know, if they did, when they did essays, were they a lot of like argumentative? Because that is actually the basic structure of it. That's how we all learned how to do it in my school, so I'm kind of interested to know if anybody had a lot of argumentative essays in their school, or if it was more like, I guess more like a book report, where it was like you more like did a retelling of something. Questions to consider. Who are the main figures behind the war? Why did North Lung change location of the mining work? How did Drakenspire respond to the spread of faulty rings? What did Lord Nayrath do to anger the king? When did the war begin? Where was the first battle? Cool. Can I look at anything else on our desk? Ooh, what is this? Can I go through your desk? Dr. Bagshaw awarded scientific honor. Okay, so that's the new guy that is going to be the new science teacher, I guess. Anything? You drinking on the job, ma'am? I mean, I know I drive you to drink, but you shouldn't just leave it right there in the trash can. I am going to pick up on that, and then I am going to probably extort you for it. Tapestry of the early period. Cool. Any of you people interesting enough to talk to?
Lydia Cabrera. Artist and big-time sports fan. She mostly likes paint, but I've seen her make art pieces out of anything she can get her hands on. Both she and I don't get along with the teachers too well, but she has the advantage of being an artist. After all, it's hard to stay too mad at the girl who will draw the school holiday card designs for free. I've known her since last year.
Sorry, were you getting a little upset? Yeah, I am just kind of standing here overwatching you while you, like, handle something with a knife.
Hey, Jay. What's the damage?
Banned from film club for a while.
Bummer. We just got a copy of Murder in the Depths, too.
You did?
Yep. Hopefully they won't return it to town before you see it.
Almost makes me regret being such a delinquent.
Dang. What you doing with that knife?
What are you doing?
Carving chalk. Wanna help me?
Why would I do that?
I want to make a whole set of carved chalk to give to David below me on the lake ball team. I think he'd, think it's neat or something.
Lydia, David is like 4 years older than you.
Which won't be a problem when he's a famous lake ball star in his mid-20s. Might as well make sure he knows my name before he gets famous and all. So, are you gonna help me or not? I'd do it myself, but he's leaving for a game in a few hours, and I want to give it to him before then.
I don't really want to get my gloves dirty. Can you give me a lunch token in exchange?
Ugh, sure. Come on.
Okay.
Fine.
Great, here's the knife. Just try to match the 3 I've already made, okay? Chip off the sides.
Oh, goodness. Frick. Okay, so good. I can fix my mistakes. No, we're going for 100%. 1 hundo. I don't do less than 1 hundo. Okay. Finish. That was loud. Brick! Frick! This is like trying to use the wand tool. And you're trying to like get like real big chunks. Holy frick, that took out so much. Put it back. Put it back. It's like, I think I'm getting it. Maybe. Okay. Also, I do feel a little bad. This is probably the teacher's supply of chalk that we're getting into. Don't think she's gonna appreciate having to buy more chalk. It's probably pretty expensive. Almost. Dang it. I just realized you didn't have to, like, just click. You could have just dragged as well if you wanted to. I wasn't doing that until, like, the very last piece, so... That's alright.
These look fine.
Fine?
Yeah. Here's a lunch token for your time. Treat yourself.
Thanks.
Thanks, Lydia. Can I talk to you some more?
Have you finished your paper?
No. I'm a visual artist. Words bore me.
Do you want some help or something?
It'll all go over my horns anyway. Don't bother. I'll listen to a recording or something about the war later.
Okay.
Has Mr. Cabrera caught you yet?
For what?
Turning your library book into a shadow box of that sports star guy?
His protective cousin instincts will outweigh his librarian need to send me to detention.
Somehow I doubt that.
Have you been caught for taking one of the automaton's personality cores?
Its voice was really annoying, okay?
I love this friendship that is formed here. I wish... Okay, I hope that Lydia is more part of this story. I cannot wait, actually.
A statue of a cave hound. They don't have eyes, since they live in deep caves, and hunt using echolocation. Additionally, they are very good boys.
She says that like she has one. Do you have one as a pet child? Oh, I love that. The hoof prints. I do really love their design. I love how, even though the majority of everything is black and white, they do have like the pop of colors, but each person has their own pop of color. So like, Judith's here is red. Lydia's was green. Mrs. Grimsby, hers is yellow. This kid's blue. Batgirl, I guess, is blue as well. It's a little harder to tell.
That's Deacon Vespsha. He's good friends with Lydia, Gina, and I. His dad is a pastor in town, which means he's a bit too much of a moralist for my taste, but he's got a sharp tongue at times. He fixed up the old treehouse we use as a clubhouse.
I love how people like get ready to like turn around, like they've been like, "Oh hey, you're there."
Judith, hey, have you finished the paper yet?
Naturally.
Ha! Well, I'm just a tad worried about getting it done on time. Especially because I'm just not getting it. Mrs. Grimsby's teaching style is, well...
atrocious.
I was going to choose a kinder word, like peculiar?
That's the meanest thing I've ever heard coming out of your mouth.
But it's hard for her to teach about a war when she gets queasy over just mentioning death or blood. She's definitely skipping out on some important stuff. Can you summarise the cause of the war a bit more clearly for me?
I mean, I will, but it also doesn't help that you freaking got, you know, the it clown over there, the girl who's just like, and then they'll rip your teeth out one by one, and then slowly churn your innards into like a smoothie or something, all while you're still alive. And it's like, child! That's not what that was way too many details. What is wrong with you? Go see a psychiatrist. 'Cause you need one. God, I hope I can talk to that child, because that one's brain I really want to pick. But yes, I do remember this part actually. This is one of the parts of the video that I watched where I saw another like little cutscene, so yes.
Alright. Don't tell me I never did anything for you. The fiefdoms of Northburg and Drakkenspire have been at odds for hundreds of years, ever since they were first established by brothers with bad blood between them. Our fiefdom of Drakenspire was known for the production of excellent resonetic augmentation rings. This was due to the high-quality ore mined from our territory in the Inked Wastes. These rings rose our standing with the king, drawing the jealousy of Northburg. 25 years ago, however, many rings were found to be dangerously faulty, to the point that some who used them lost their resonetic talents altogether. A misinformation campaign was launched that said it was due to Baron Leoric of Drakenspire pursuing cheaper mining in areas with ore tainted by the Surge. Royal investigations were launched. In the meantime, Baron Neirath of Northburg offered to sell his own rings and provide medical assistance to the affected fiefdoms. The king began to favour Neirath and granted him the right to mine in the Inked Wastes. Soon, however, the king's spies revealed the truth. A double agent, supposedly working for Drakenspire, had manipulated documents to direct miners to the tainted areas, making it look like Baron Leoric had ordered it. Once the truth was revealed, tensions between the fiefdoms skyrocketed. Leoric, furious, mobilized his troops and marched upon the Inked Wastes, intent on taking his mines back. Neirath sent out troops in response, declaring that he still had legal rights to the land. A battle began. The initial conflict was very bloody, very quickly, since Drakenspire's citizenry were incensed at Neirath's actions. The fervour of combat led to some of the Northburg miners to be killed in the fray. Since they were civilians, Northburg's soldiers fought back with a similar anger. Meanwhile, the king was mad with Leoric for engaging Neirath, since the investigation was not closed, and he'd bypassed royal authority by sending out troops. As such, the king did not take sides, leading the fiefdoms to engage in combat exclusively with the other, as other fiefdoms were not permitted to become involved. The war lasted for 4 years and was fought almost entirely in the Inked Wastes. The area was already known for its strange, twisted evils, horrid beasts and the infection of the Surge on the land, brutal bloodshed, and new types of resonetic weaponry only twisted the place further. One can only be glad we were born after it was all over, eh?
Huh. I think I'm getting it a bit more now. Thanks, Judith.
No problem.
You mentioned resonetic weapons affecting the land. Did those help or hurt the Surge? Oh, and what happened to Lord Neirath after the war?
This whole unit is going to be about the war. You'll learn that stuff soon enough. And if you don't get it, I'll drill it into your skull, knucklehead.
Ha ha. Thanks.
Oh my god, they are so cute. I am getting a little bit of like love tension here. Like she may have a crush on him, he may have a crush on her, so I'm like, it's like the slow shipping in my head. I'm like, they cute together. Any Did I already ask? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Sketching the window. I've always liked it. I want to build stained glass windows in my church one day.
Your church? Don't you mean your dad's church?
I used to want to take over for my dad, but now I've been thinking of building a church of my own, once I go through seminary college.
Already got your life planned out for yourself, huh? You're only 13, Deacon. Lighten up a little.
Don't you have any dreams for yourself when you're older? You're not going to be exploring the school and frustrating the teachers forever.
I mean, technically, I could keep doing both of those things if I became a teacher myself.
You? Dreaming to be a teacher? Doubtful.
You got me. Though, I'd say my current hobbies would lead to a mean career in detective work, no?
That sounds more like you. Detective Huthern has a nice ring to it.
I can already imagine it, printed on the frosted glass door of my one-room office in the city that never sleeps.
Wow. I definitely see detective work, but I do the game itself has already kind of said that it's kind of like a detective game in a sense. So, yeah, she's definitely gonna be doing that for the rest of her life, pretty much.
Any plans for the treehouse?
Yeah, I've got a few sketches I'm working on. I don't know how I'm going to get enough wood or nails to finish my plans, though.
We could take apart the door on Glitter's stable. Or we could dig up her grave and use the coffin. She's an animal made out of stone. She doesn't really need a coffin anyway.
Judith.
Alright. If I come across any, I'll make sure not to tell you where I sourced it from.
That, like... No. Don't do that. Stop. But I do like this dynamic duo. It does kind of seem like Deacon is very much, not necessarily Judith's, like, opposite so much, but her complement. You know, they do see eye to eye on a lot of things. They get along very well. But obviously, they are very skilled in different areas. And they kind of balance each other out. Judith kind of gets, you know, Deacon to kind of go outside of his comfort zone every once in a while. But Deacon keeps Judith kind of, like, in line for the most part. So, I do like that. It is kind of funny, though, because, like, with that story about the war, it's funny because, like, they mentioned something about rings, and I'm like, are the rings on their horn, is that also part of the resonetic rings or something like that they mentioned? Like, it doesn't seem like it, because obviously everybody has rings on their horns, like, even Lydia, who, you know, has it, like, on her curved horns. It just kind of seems like a pattern, but I don't know.
Gina Wendigan, resident drama kid. She was cast as a fluffbat in an upcoming school play, and has been method acting for a month now. Her obsession got even worse when she read through the Warrior Bats books. She thinks they're actually accurate to fluffbat behavior, and now she's declared I'm part of her bat clan. Her antics can be weird, but she's a good friend. I've known her for a long time.
She is also very cute. So, you know what? That's everything.
Nightclaw Judith, I need your help.
With what?
Well, my wings are that of a warrior. They are strong and my claws are sharp. All good traits of a warrior bat. However, well, sometimes I can wield them a little clumsily. And, I ripped a small hole when I was swooping past this dress.
Oh, Gina, this dress is 500 years old.
I know. If Grimsby sees, I might get kicked out of the school. But I've built my roost here. I can't get kicked out. As a fellow member of the Nightclaw clan, I am formally asking for your assistance, Judith.
It looks like the dress uses a particular stitch here. I don't know how to copy it well enough to pass Grimsby's inspection.
Squeak, squeak, squeak! Oh, I'm sorry. That was a curse word in bat language. I need to watch my tongue.
I'll try to find someone who could help. This sounds like something Becky would know.
Thanks, Nightclaw Judith. You are a valuable member of the clan.
Cute. Okay, but let's be honest. It is also staff's, like, fault for just leaving a 500-year-old antique relic, basically, out in the open for a bunch of teenagers to come in contact with. You're just asking for it to be destroyed. Because even though they are teenagers, they are still children. Literally. They are going to destroy it. Whether they mean to or not, they are going to destroy it. That's kind of just how kids are. If you have anything nice, don't expect it to stay like that. if you have children. And I mean it more in the sense of not necessarily myself speaking from experience, but my mother speaking from experience. This is something my mother passed down to me. And she's kind of right, actually. Yeah. The favorite story to pass around in my house, an example of this, was my mom. Obviously, we were very poor, even when I was very, very young, like a toddler or something like that. And the first piece of nice furniture my mom was able to buy on her own when my mom and dad lived on their own was a Queen Anne styled sofa. My mom loved this sofa, and it was white. Pure white. My menacing brain at like 3 or 4 years old, so I don't really remember this at all. This was before I could actually effectively make memories. But 3 or 4 years old was like, it's white, like a piece of paper. I'm gonna color it in. And I promptly, I guess, grabbed my mother's red lipstick, fire engine red lipstick, and colored that entire couch red. My mother was so mad. I think that was the moment where she almost put me up for adoption. She didn't say that, but I'm just like, that is probably the moment when most parents in their head would be like, don't kill the child. Don't put them up for adoption. They don't know any better. It's fine. But yeah. So that's my fun story. Gina, when's the play?
The play's next week, right? Are you excited for all your method acting to finally pay off?
We Fluffbats have a great appreciation for the arts. I am happy to take part in the play and make my clan proud by representing our warrior hearts.
Stop.
What's going to happen to your Fluffbat persona once the play is over?
I am a true bat at heart. I don't know what you mean by persona.
In another play she was cast as a janitor, and she cleaned the whole cafeteria. And when she was cast as a tree, she stayed outside and photosynthesized for hours. She's completely dedicated to the bit.
I mean, you gotta have respect for that. She's completely dedicated to it. I hope we get to see the play at least. After all of this, yes, I would like to see her in the play. Figure out how she's doing it. Like, not figure it out, but like, see how it all goes.
Added anything neat to your roost lately?
Oh, yes. I just added a hammock to sleep from. It's not traditional to my people, since they hang from the ceiling with their feet, but it is very comfortable, and it's hanging off the ground to keep me safe from predators.
Oh, that's right. She needed a hammock because she almost broke her horn when she tried to sleep while hanging from the rafters.
A question for you, Nightclaw Judith. I saw you've added a poster of a Psyquine man to your roost. Is this because you find him, what's the word in your language? Cute?
Gina, come on. That's just a poster for a detective holoreel. I'm not ready to like boys yet. I'm only 13.
Yeah, she said like she's only 13. I'm not ready to like boys. And I'm like, how old does your species live to then, is my question. Is 13 young? Like really young? Like infancy? Or is it like R13 where it's like, okay, you're a teenager. You're hitting puberty. Or you should have hit puberty already. Kind of thing. But that it does bring up something really interesting though. When I was looking through the store page, or not the store page, the Kickstarter, I was looking through the rewards and everything to what you get, for what you pay. And there was mention of, I think, different skins and furniture items To which I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be a dorm room that you'll get to decorate. I don't know if it's gonna be mentioned in the demo and if we'll get to see any of it, but I'm excited if there's any sort of customization. I love that. I can't lie. I mean, I love Judith and her design and her character and everything like that, but I can't lie. These characters and the designs and everything are so cute. I wish we could have created our own character. I wish that would have been an option. That would have been so cool. Maybe they'll make a sequel to this and it'll be a game where we can create our own characters if this game does well. That's my hope.
So, have you finished reading the Warrior Bat series?
Thrice over.
What? Aren't there like 50 books in the series?
It's important for me to know every detail for my Fluffbat cultural studies.
Gina, you do know those aren't accurate to real Fluffbats, right? It's a fantasy fiction series.
Have you read them? Have you studied anything about Fluffbat behavior or history?
Well, no.
Then don't tell me what I do or do not know about my own species. Thank you.
Well then. Good luck. Have fun. Where's this hole that you were talking about? I don't see it. Can I talk to you? Inspect you? Nope, can't do that. I can inspect this.
A diorama of a typical crystal farm from 500 years ago. It's considered good, honest work. But if being honest means no money and a lack of indoor plumbing, I think I'll keep my tongue white with at least a few lies.
Jeez. Have some respect for the people that are helping put food on your table.
An old plate depicting Queen Clarentia. I don't know why any royal would want food smeared all over an image of their face, though. Oh, come on, Judith. They're obviously decorative. Think.
I mean, don't be hard on yourself, but I mean, she's kind of right. That's like, why would we want that? But then it also begs the question of, why would you make a plate simply for decoration? Granted, there's a lot of things in history that we ask, why did people do such things? And then you link it back and you're like, oh wait, that was only the rich that did that. And it was to flaunt how much money they had, because they're just like, I mean, I guess we kind of still do it too, like even middle class when you think about figurines and such, like we have things that don't necessarily serve a purpose, they're there just decoratively, or something like that. But you do see it a lot, like and I'm talking about more historically speaking, that you see a lot of people that they have these things that could serve a functional purpose or just serve no functional purpose at all, but they're just not used functionally at all to begin with. They're just ridiculous items, and people sit there and ask me like, why do you even have this? And like, because I can. That's the point, because I'm rich. And it's like, why? That's like buying a boat and just sticking it in the front lawn, but never taking it out in the water. And being like, why do you even have this if you're not even going to use it? It's like, just because I can. And it's like, dude, have a purpose.
Hunting arrows. Before more modern killing innovations, most people use their powers to shoot these things through the air. Bigger ones for hunting, smaller ones for more ethically dubious purposes.
Poisonings. You can just say it, poisonings. But that is cool, I can't lie. If I had a horn that I could, you know, telekinesis stuff around with, I would absolutely be shooting arrows everywhere. Probably ending myself up in the hospital, but can't lie. Probably would have sat there with the arrow just shot through my femur and been like, worth it! Worth it!
A sword, used by one of Corveth's knights. I don't know why it isn't behind glass. Grimsby has more faith in her students than I do, I guess.
That's my point. Why are all these things just out and about for everybody to just touch with their grubby little fingers?
Fashion about 500 years out of date. Who thought those pants were a good idea?
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand those pants. I don't. It is nice to see that there's a lot of history and lore that's building up with this game. I love that. Anything else that's cool in here? I don't know, but... We got Creepy Girl.
That's Marisol Aker. She's a member of the Historical Reenactment Club. She insists that she's a secret heir to the throne, descended from a long-lost royal ancestor. She's also really into true crime and horror stories. Once, she was taken to the counselor for the amount of books she checked out on concerning subjects. Sol's never hurt anybody, though. She's a good kid.
The thing is, like, I don't think she's a bad kid either. I don't think necessarily she's gonna use the material to hurt anybody. It's just a little bit more concerning that she doesn't know when the knowledge is, well, granted, now that I'm just looking at it, there is an arrow stuck in somebody's eye and they felt that was an appropriate image to show to children, so... As well as put in poor Mrs. Grinsby's class, so... Yeah. What does it say? Waves can really pack a wallop. Careful where you aim your shots, or you'll shoot someone's favorite eye out. People have a favorite eye? Both my eyes are my favorites. I would love to not lose either one of them. Actually, everything on my body is my favorite. I would love not to lose any of it, including the stuff that's inside as well. I don't want to lose that either.
Lady Judith! Greetings!
Hello, Sol.
Might I ask if the film club will have the honor of your presence today? We are watching Murder in the Depths, a delightful horror reel that combines Fellmorian and Noivesan directing technique. Additionally, I heard tell that real skeletons were used to depict the bodies of the murder victims. Oh, please refrain from informing any school staff of this fact. I do not wish to get into detention again for my interests.
I'm sorry, I just got into trouble with the headmaster. Can't join in film club for a while.
Oh, really? I'm simply crestfallen to hear such a thing. I do hope you may join us soon. A new batch of my skull-shaped cookies will be awaiting your arrival.
Deathly delicious, as you always say.
Indeed, I do.
She is a sweet girl, though. I do have to say that. She is a sweet girl. Honestly, anybody that's, like, offering me cookies and everything, been like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I will bake you something. I'm like, really? Thank you.
You mentioned getting into detention at one point. What was that for?
Have I not told you of that incident? Ah, yes, this was from before we knew one another, I believe. In the library's radio room, I and several other students had met up to share our favorite radio shows. I turned the channel to my personal pick. As it went on, a few of the students seemed to become quite frightened. The librarian came in to check on us, and when he heard what we were listening to, well, he immediately took me to the headmaster's office. Unfortunately, I was banned from turning the channel ever again.
What exactly did you have them listen to?
A series detailing the stories of serial killers. A tad graphic, I must admit, but also rife with educational content.
Sweetheart, we call that Netflix. You don't need a radio for that. You can just watch Netflix. They have a bunch of stuff about detailing serial killers' happenings all over. But yeah, what are you reading?
What are you reading there?
An autopsy report, that's all.
Autopsy? Of who?
Baroness Belladonna Lattimore, a death from 30 years ago that many would consider suspicious. I am continuing my studies of famous deaths in order to increase my likelihood of becoming a forensic pathologist someday. That is my backup career plan, if my status as a true princess is never officially acknowledged anyway.
So you're trying to solve a cold case. Have you gotten any leads?
Some things I find unusual, yes, but nothing that hasn't been already noted by famous doctors. Besides, my specialty is in cadaver forensics. I'll need a detective's mind to piece together the entire mystery. Perhaps you might assist me in that sometime soon, Judith, since you're so good at mysteries and all.
That does sound like a good bit of fun. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so obviously Judith is the detective. Saul is the forensics. We've got Lydia, which kind of seems like sketch artist. Gina, I'm not sure, and Deacon, I'm not sure. Deacon is obviously like the religious aspects of it, I guess. Kind of speaking about Deacon, though, I'm like, no, Deacon needs to become a deacon. So that his title can be Deacon Deacon.
What's going on with the reenactment club? Becky still won't talk to me.
Oh, are you planning on rejoining? Because, to be entirely honest, Lady Judith, I do not believe you will be allowed.
I'm just curious about what you're all up to.
I see. Well, our next grand reenactment is happening in a few days' time. It will be one of our biggest yet, covering the land and sea battle of Westlane on the 25th anniversary of the Onyx War's beginning.
Oh yeah, Grimsby mentioned that. And I think she said that non-club students are encouraged to join, since it's so big and educational or something. I know I can't become a club member, but I could probably help out a bit in this one, right?
Lady Judith, you know that I cannot approve you or not. You would have to talk with Becky. Have you apologized to her yet?
No. Why should I have to? She was the one who started everything.
Are you sure her slights against you were reality rather than simply perceived?
I know what I saw. I can read people.
Not all books are of the same language. Other languages exist, and one person cannot know all of them. As a person who holds precious friendships with the both of you, this continued feud hurts my heart. Pray, consider taking the first step to end it.
Mm-hmm. Sola is really cute. She is so sweet. I mean, she's deranged, but she's sweet. I do have to say, a lot of these characters are very lovable so far. I'm gonna assume that one up there with the Cruella de Vil hair is Becky. To which I'm gonna assume she's like the anti-hero in a sense, or the antagonist. Like, she's not quite the villain, but she's not really one of the heroes in a sense. She's not like a main character, so to speak. Or she's a main character, but she's not like fighting on the side of good. Or to the character's cause, we'll say. So yeah. Secrets can kill, kiddos. Keep your trap shut about sensitive topics over the waves. The bats could always be listening. So I do have to kind of wonder, because, I mean, there are a lot of different species, it looks like, but I'm kind of wondering, are dragons and bat people actual species in this, like, timeline? I'm not really sure. It's an old battle tactics board. You know, I don't know. Yeah. Because that's a puzzle I need to do for something.
Nicholas Strumps and Becky Landerhoof. They and I aren't on the best of terms. Becky leads the school's historical reenactment club. She's a real stickler for accuracy, to an obnoxious degree. Nicholas is her boyfriend. He's a nerd about naval history and sea battles and the like. Becky hasn't talked to me in a while, probably because of what I did at the reenactment. But I only did it because she needed to be taken down a peg. She should have thought of it as a favor, really.
Okay, that right there. That right there is the thought path of a sociopath and or a psychopath. So, yeah. No. Also, I do love how, boyfriend dude here is, I can only imagine he's using one horn to hold up the bag of the crackers and the other horn to get the crackers out of the bag and feed himself. Which is very cool. But it's also kind of funny that it's like they mentioned, like, oh, these two are dating. Like, they're just, like, straight up, they're dating. I'm like, oh, cool.
Becky. Nicholas.
What do you want?
Nothing. Can't a friend just greet a friend without coming across as needy?
Huh, friend. Right. Leave us alone.
Gina needs some help.
Nicholas, I need to talk to Becky.
Why should she help you with anything?
I don't need help. This is for Gina, not me. She accidentally tore a hole in the dress over there, and I'm gonna stitch it for her. But I don't know how to do those fancy old ones. Again, this isn't me, it's for Gina. You know she's too shy to ask people outside her clan.
Yeah, that's true. Becky?
For Gina. Here. I studied that dress a while ago. What seam was torn?
Looked like the part with the lace at the bottom.
Easy enough fix as long as the lace wasn't too frayed. Use the stitch in this book on page 27. Give Gina my regards.
Thanks. Go into your inventory and use the scroll wheel to select, yep. Yep. Oh, there's only one page. Yep, okay. I love how Nicholas is the one that's doing all the talking, yet... Let's see, Sewing book. Give.
Gina, look what I've got.
Nightclaw Judith, what is it?
I've got a guide on how to make that stitch to repair the dress, and a needle and thread.
By the great bat's wings! Thank you. Can you help me repair it? I'm afraid my claws would only tear it more.
Sure. Watch this.
Another minigame? Oh, okay. Use your mouse to make your needle follow the sewing pattern step. Click to make a stitch. Okay. Oh, okay. So it's down here, so... Zero. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Okay, so then it just repeats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Not that one. This one. There's not another hole back here, so I'm gonna just assume it's this one.
There you go, all repaired. Grimsby shouldn't know the difference.
Thank you once again for your help, Knight Claude Judith. May the great Bat, leader of our clan, bless you this day, and may your catcher earnings always be juicy. Here, take a lunch coin.
Thanks, Gina.
Oh, cool, I got a lunch coin. I've got 2 lunch coins now.
A model of one of the submarines used in the war. They were gradually phased out after the monsters in the Inked Sea were mutated by psi bombs and destroyed subs on sight.
Maybe they wanted revenge. Maybe. There are a lot of heirlooms in this room. I mean, it is a history room, but still.
A knight's helm. Some helmets try to offer protection for the horn, but that ends up blocking waves needed for combat. Besides, most healthy horns have natural current barriers that work almost as well as armor anyway.
Are you saying that like it's true, or are you saying that like as an opinion?
These were all recently published. Seabrook's friend went to school before the war, so I doubt any of these would work. I should ask the book sprites for help.
Oh, they're called book sprites.
A picture of the biggest island in the Inked Sea. It's where the Onyx tribe lives. Miss Nunatak comes from there, I think.
Oh.
A picture of a soldier from the Onyx War. I think he was Grimsby's son.
Dude, that's not cool. Okay, honestly, I really do feel bad for Miss Grimsby because poor lady. Like, I mean, even worse, it's like, you know, if that's her son, it's like that's like even worse. Okay, I also want to look at the mural to see. Okay, so far, so there's 3 cave hounds on the mural up there. Looking to see if there's any more anywhere else.
A Corvinstone crystal tree. They say that every king or queen is buried under one once they croak. I wonder if a royal is buried under this tree. The king of class clowns, perhaps.
She got so fed up with them, she killed him and buried him under the tree.
These are crystals, whose vibrations prevent anyone in the classroom from using telepathy. To prevent cheating, I gather. I heard that one time, an upperclassman secretly switched them out for fakes before a big test.
Wow.
Northburg's crest. Some students' parents complained about this being hung in the classroom, saying it was disrespectful to the men who fought against Northburg. But Headmaster Claiborne, who was one of those very men, told them it was fine for educational purposes. He's an old stick in the mud, but at least he can stand up to the PTA parents.
Respect, at least.
The crest of the royal family of Corveth, our current king, is the big boss of all Corveth's fiefdoms. Supposedly, he's an unbiased ruler, but after the war, he seems to be more favourable to Drakenspire. Good for us, I guess. The crest of the Noiramore family. They died off with the passing of Headmaster Noiramore 20 years ago. They say she was going insane before her death, that she thought the Onyx War would be the end of the world. She was deposed as headmaster before her mysterious passing. Wonderfully spooky stuff.
I mean, there's been a natural disaster literally in every generation, and every generation has thought, this is the end. I want to see the stained
From what
glass.
I remember, this classroom's construction was sponsored by one of Drakenspire's ladies, Lady Belford, I think. Her likeness is depicted here to thank her. The cave hound statue is modelled after her most loyal companion, who ended up getting her killed when he angered a Eidolon on one of her hunts.
Oh. Are we sure they're such good boys then?
A large map of the fiefdoms of Northburg and Drakenspire. You'd think the other fiefdoms were chopped liver from the way that our history classes hardly talk about them in comparison.
That is kind of the question. There was mention of other fiefdoms. Also, what is that claw mark? What? Oh, are those just cracks? Wait, but the crack goes from there all the way to this. Can I look at these?
Baron Neirath. He was the Weasley bastard who caused the Onyx War in the first place.
She did a swore! She did a swore, guys!
The flag of our fiefdom of Drakenspire. I don't have a terribly great fondness for this place, but at least our flag has a draken on it. Corveth's current king, Fredrickson, who rules from his fiefdom of Corvenstone. This portrait is from just after the war, though. He's 20 years older now, and the royal genes do not age terribly well.
Oh. That is terrible, actually. Okay, so I need to figure out... Dang it. It's not here. Want to use it? I guess that would be inventory. Oh, or you could just do that. You can just take it from the inventory panel. Or just give. So how do I look at this note again? Inspect. That's how I do it. So, number of cave hounds, number of windows, number of students' desks. Okay, so there was, I'm gonna say 4 cave hounds, because there's 3 on the mural, and then there was one of the one statue, so there's 4 cave hounds. Number of windows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? I'm gonna guess 13, so 4, 13, then students' desks. 1, 2, 3, 4... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Yeah, so 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 30. So 4, 13, and 30. This almost doesn't... Well, dang it. I'm definitely using a calculator for this. So 4 times 13, 52, plus 30 is 82.
Before I ask them, I should figure out what page number I'm looking for.
One more. There we go.
Bingo. Hello, little guy. I need to find a pre-war history textbook. Maybe from around the 2190s? Thanks. Without further ado... Huh. Interesting. A battle that took place way before the Onyx War, but it still involved Drakenspire and Northburg.
Cool. Well, I have a feeling that it's going to have something to do with this. Because I saw the different things like the flags and the tents and the people. But so... History book containing a map of some famous battle. Can I... Can't rotate it. That sucks. Lunch token...
This has got to be related to the textbook, but this scene shows a different battle. Though, looking closer at the paint, it seems like this table has been used for years and was painted over whenever a new scene was needed. Platoon... company? Ugh, I don't know how many soldiers those are. Maybe I'll have to... ask someone for help.
Talk with characters to get new information and items that can be used as clues. Okay. Okay, so hold on. There were 2 Northburgian patrols to the far west and 1 patrol to the east of the Northern Cavern. Or the Northern Canyon, my bad. Their base, which had 3 barracks, was on the river peninsula. A company resided there. 1 platoon guarded the beach just to the northeast. As for Drakenspire, there was a company in the far east, but not in the river. Additionally, there was a platoon and a base on top of the mountain, and 3 platoons at the western base of the mountain. Okay. Alright, well, let's get the hated one out of the way.
Leave us alone.
Do you know how many soldiers are in a platoon?
Nicholas, I need to ask you something about the military.
Huh. Becky, did you hear something? You know, I am feeling pretty darn hungry today. Maybe, just maybe, if I had an extra lunch token, my ears would clear up.
Yeah, give him an item. Oh, but I wanted it. Give.
Here's a lunch token. Now spill your guts, war geek.
Bribing me, I see. Fine. What's your question?
I need to know how many soldiers are in a patrol, a platoon, and a company.
Basic question. Hardly worth a lunch token, but I'll take it anyway. In Drakenspire, the average is 20 men per patrol, 40 men per platoon, and 140 per company.
Guess the reenactment club can teach useful things sometimes.
Rich. Real rich. Buzz off.
Okay, Nicholas's clue. Use the book as a reference to place the soldiers in their proper places. I kind of want to talk to the others, see if there's any more information, because they said talk to other characters. Dang. Okay. So I guess that's it. That's all. Okay, so... well, at least it highlights it. So there were 2 Northburgian patrols to the far west. And I guess that one there. To the far west, and one patrol to the east of the northern canyon. Their base, which had 3 barracks, was on the River Peninsula. It doesn't really say where exactly to place these. So I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. So there was one platoon that guarded the beach just to the northeast. So yeah, that leaves seven left. Their base, which had 3 barracks, was on the River Peninsula. A company resided there, so I don't know, just surround it by the remaining. Okay, so as for Drakenspire, there was a company in the far northeast, but not in the river. I mean, I'm gonna guess that's probably right there, because it's not in the river, it's on this like little piece of land. Additionally, there was a platoon and a base on top of the mountain. Three platoons at the western base of the mountain. So wait. Is the hint that that's where they're supposed to be? I just put them all 3 down. Well, they're all in the they're all in the spots, but there's not a lot of... Like, there's really not a lot to go off of here. I don't know, does this one need to be moved here? No, that was fine. Like, I'm gonna guess the X's, and I'm just re-clicking this over and over again, but I'm gonna guess the X's means that it's like, hey, this is where these should be going or could be going. Are these guys not? I guess they're not. There.
There we go.
This seems like something I probably would not want to be doing right in the middle of class.
What do we have here?
A second note. The creation of Noiramore Academy started as a twinkle in Catherine Noiramore's eye.
I'll have to get up there to investigate, but Grinsby will object if she sees me. Maybe I can get someone to distract her.
Oh, goody, okay. What the? Where's your neck going, baby girl? It is kind of funny, though, just because, like, how would the teacher not notice just 3 crystals just popping out of nowhere? How? Okay, but who I'm gonna... Deacon.
Judith?
You seem, I guess, not distract-worthy enough. How about you?
Nightclaw Judith, how might I assist?
Can you help me with something?
Gina, can you do something for me? I need you to talk with Grinsby for a bit. Distract her, so I can do something.
Of course, Nightclaw Judith. A clan always helps their own. I'll do it right now.
Thank you. You can reach higher places by holding down the E key. Aim your final position with your mouse. Press jump to jump up. Release E to exit high jump mode. Cool. The indicator will glow green if you can jump, and red if something is stopping you. Cool. I love being a magical unicorn with powers. Also, Gina, you're not doing a very good job. Grinsby can still see me. Very much so.
Lady Noiramore, the woman who founded the school. Her family remained the headmasters for 500 years until the Onyx War. As a whole, where her pupil is...
How is nobody noticing this? Oh, doggone it. Okay, so I have to continue to hold this, I'm guessing. Do I? Nope. Okay. How is...
Cracked it. What's this?
Why? How? I mean, I understand that everyone's just kind of used to this behavior, but why would nobody question this? Like, I would be watching this entire thing play out. I would, like, be dead set and like, the frick is she doing? Like, I mean, I'd try to be staying inconspicuous because I wouldn't want to ruin it. I wouldn't like Grimsby been like, oh, something's going on. Somebody's staring somewhere where they shouldn't be staring, but I'm just like, dude, what the frick? The gems belong to the leader of the pack. His collar must match the procession of the hunt. Okay, that seems to... A set of strange gems.
So I need to put these gems somewhere.
It's a procession of the hunt, so I'm gonna guess, yep, doggo's collar.
A statue of a cave hound. They don't have eyes, since they live in deep caves, and hunt using echolocation. Additionally, they are very good boys.
I need gems. Where are gems? Gems! Use arrow keys to select the gem with space, and then the slot in which to place them. Okay, so the middle... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, the hunt. Red, green, purple, blue, green, red. Red, green, purple, blue, green, red. Red, green, purple, blue, green, red. Oops.
A statue.
Doggone it.
Cave.
Quickly before I forget again. Red. Green. Purple. Blue. Green. Red.
Just like the tapestry.
Oh god, okay. Hey Jake, I'm glad you finally were able to solve one of my puzzles. I put a lot of effort into this one. I made that collar myself and managed to slip it on the statue just before our new history teacher arrived. Anyway, I think this is the last puzzle I'll get to make before graduation. It's been a fine few years growing up in the school, and I'm real glad I got to spend them with you, my best bud. Since you won't be getting out of this joint until next year, I hope you'll use that time to finally solve some of my other puzzles too. Anyway, here's what I found. It's some kind of blueprint of a door that leads to a secret passage. I haven't figured out how to open the door just yet. Was too busy finishing this puzzle before graduation. But it's probably got to do with the glass pattern on it. I look forward to hearing all about what's behind it when I next see you.
Seabrook will probably want to see this. A bit pathetic he wasn't able to solve this puzzle, really. High King above. Now this is interesting.
That is interesting. Something passageway door. The Academy Commission.
Considering how old this parchment looks, there could be something incredible behind this door. I've got to find it as soon as I can.
Calling all students to the entry hall, all students to the entry hall. A new teacher is arriving to the school. Please line up in formation flanking the entry doors, and let us give him a warm Noiramore welcome.
Ah, and here he is. Come now, children, follow me. 2 straight lines.
Hide that in your trainer bra. No one will reach for that.
Noiramore Academy guides our students to commit to their studies and, most importantly, behave in a manner befitting the reputation of our beloved institution.
Sneaking around at night, lying to teachers, extorting staff? Is that really what you're up to now?
He set up some kind of secret puzzle in the history classroom years ago, and Seabrook never figured it out. Let's see if I can.
Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I really do.
Visual artist. Words bore me.
Squeak, squeak, squeak! That was a curse word in bat language.
Mrs. Grimsby's teaching style is
Atrocious.
What do you want?
Lady Judith! Greetings!
They say she was going insane before her death, that she thought the Onyx War would be the end of the world.
The Inked Waste is a nasty, nasty place, full of hard creatures that will gobble you up and suck out all of your blood.
That's quite enough, Miss A. You may have heard tell that a new science teacher will be joining us this year, and he actually worked in the Research and Development Division of the Drakkenspire Army.
The new teacher's gone missing. Do you think it was the beast?
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh, that was so good. I love that. Okay, so yeah, I definitely hope. Oh, thanks for playing the demo. And it's actually kind of funny because this image, this is the full image, but this is the image that actually is on the Steam page as well. Oh, this is so fantastic. This is so cute. I love this. I really hope that this game comes out in its entirety. I don't know how soon I'll be able to get to it when it does come out. But I'm like trying to like keep it in my head that then like, okay, when it does come out, I want to get to it quicker than I did some of the other demos that I did on the channel. Such as like Summer of Mara. Like Summer of Mara is still on my list. I just haven't gotten around to actually playing it yet. But I really, really hope that when this does come out that I will have, one, the money at the time, the funds to get it. But then on top of that, I hope that I will have the time to sit down and play it in its entirety as another series, because this is fantastic. I love the art style. I love like little accent stuff. I love like right as you get in, there's lore and history and stuff like that, and it all plays into the gameplay itself. It's not just for the sake of having lore. It's for the sake of you have to know the lore in order to basically play the game. And I love that. I'm a huge history buff, so I love the idea of learning about, you know, fictional history as well as real history. And then on top of that, the characters, they are so cute, they are so lovable, and they're so diverse as well. I love all of them. Oh my gosh. And you can see like quite a bit of like inclusion and diversity in this. Like even in this one image, it's kind of funny because like, yes, it is of a fictional species, but like you do have, you know, creatures of all varying colors. You can see that this one here has the skin condition, I believe it's vitiligo, you know, where there's like that light pigmentation and stuff like that. Ah, it's so cute. I love it. Yeah, so I cannot wait for this game to come out. Obviously, I will again leave a link to their Kickstarter down in the description below if you want to. Hey guys, just wanted to jump in really quick here. I was noticing when I was editing this video that the description that I gave for this game and its rewards may not be entirely correct, so I wanted to come back and correct myself on it. So, one thing that I didn't know about this when I was recording the video, obviously it's like the small print down at the bottom of like the page, or like where the pledges are. So this is an all or nothing project, meaning that by a specific date, if this project gets funded, all of the funds that has been given to them will go towards the project. If it hasn't, none of the money that you've pledged will go towards this project. Money won't even be pulled out of your accounts. So if you guys have any skepticisms about putting money towards a project that may or may not flop, there's always a possibility. There's really no worry of that here. I've made a pledge for this game because, again, I really believe in this. I'm not sponsored at all by this game. I just wanted to let everyone know how much I love this game, and I want to see it succeed. As of the time of this recording, they are probably about 60 to 70% of the way into their funding process, or how much they need. So again, as of the time of this recording too, there's only 8 days left. By the time this video goes out, there's probably going to be a little bit less. So if you want to make a pledge, then obviously time is running out. Get to it. One of the things I did want to correct as well, something that I had said in the video, but I wanted to correct it again for myself, was the pledges, the tier lists for that. So for $15, also known as the early bird first year student pledge, you can get a digital copy of the game, your name in the credits, Discord backer roll, as well as digital wallpaper. Now, for me, there are other things like, the original score of the game, and the beta testing access, as well as the digital content that will come for backers exclusively. So some of those rewards actually are optional. You can actually add them onto your tier list. For me, actually, I pledged the $15, and then I just did the cosmetics. You can also tack on the beta testing access. So if you want the game but you don't really care about the other like digital reward stuff or something like that, but you really want to be able to play it when it comes out in a beta, you can actually add beta testing onto your pledge for just a separate cost. Now, technically, buying the early bird and then tacking on the other rewards is actually a lot cheaper. Well, not a lot, but it's a bit cheaper. Maybe $5 or $10 cheaper. But you still get everything you want from the pledge. And honestly, I think $15 for a digital copy of the game. Now, they did say that if they do get the chance to be able to port this for Switch and PlayStation, I believe, they did say that the digital copy of the game, those people that were in that tier, they will get a choice on whether they want their digital copy for any of those systems, or again, if they can do this, they haven't confirmed that they can or they will, but if they can do this, if they can get it to port to the GOG store and the Epic Games Store, you will also get a choice of those, the 3 PC repositories as well. So, digital copy of the game does not necessarily mean you have to do Steam at the time of the release. So, keep that in mind. And for $15, just for getting the game and everything like that, I think that's a pretty good deal. But yeah, so I just wanted to get the information out there. Obviously, before the Kickstarter is absolutely done, I haven't obviously done a lot of Kickstarters, so I don't exactly know what happens after November 8th, which is the time of when this Kickstarter is done, specifically at 11 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So, the clock is ticking, I guess. So if you want to back this game, please do so. If you don't care about the rewards or anything like that, you can make just a donation without a tier list to be backed into. Some of these positions, the backers list, do actually have a limited amount of slots, I realized. So yes, if there is a specific tier list that you would like to get into, obviously try to get into it soon before all the spots are taken up. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this game. I hope that, my pitching, my sales pitch, I guess, was able to help the creators in some way. I don't know if it will. I'm not looking for any rewards either. I just my only goal is really just to get this game funded so I can play it later. I mean, there's still probably a guarantee it's probably still gonna get made, but I want to see what the creators, had for their entirety. But yeah, I'll stop rambling. So, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.